So guys, EA have introduced a brand new promo coming today called Footballers, FUT Ballers. And as you can see on the splash screen that's on the game right now, we are going to be getting an 86 Diaz and an 88, what most people thought was Jurgen Klopp, but is also an 88 Diaz. And we're going to talk today a little bit about everything that we know about the promo before it starts at 6 p.m. this evening, and whether or not we think it's going to deliver or be another one of EA's classic hype man promos that lets us down. So it says complete play to style objectives. Obviously the idea here isn't necessarily about the card being meta or overpowered, in my opinion. It's more about the card having a different quality and a different look, a different visual. A lot of people really like the dynamic images. Me personally, I'm not like, I don't mind them. They're a nice addition, but I don't like play the game for them. And I don't think, if Diaz had this 88 rated card with him in a big overcoat, I wouldn't be like playing with him in game thinking like, oh my God, my gaming experience is so much better. It's not like Fortnite where when you wear a different skin, you see the different skin in action, the pickaxe, the glider, the backpack, the actual skin, like all sorts of bells and whistles that you can add that change the actual gaming experience visually. This only changes the visual experience when you're putting your team together. So for me personally, that's why it's not that interesting. What I am interested about with this promo, though, is the rumors that we've seen about what it's going to be, what that could mean going forwards, and whether or not these cards are just going to be fun and how many we're going to get. So as we know, we're going to get a Diaz that starts with 88 dribbling as an 86 rated and a 92 rated, an 88 rated with 92 dribbling Diaz, which also indicates that it's not going to be a simple +1 per stat per upgrade. Typically with promos like this where the card upgrades, an 86 to an 87 is +1 in all stats, an 87 to an 88 is +1 all in all stats. The fact that Diaz goes from 86 to 88, but goes from 88 dribbling to 92 is quite impressive because dribbling is quite a strong stat in the game anyway, which would indicate that maybe his physical, his passing and his shooting may well go up by more than +4 across the +2 overall upgrade. So we could start seeing some big upgrades on these cards. And then, of course, it's going to depend on how long is it going to take to actually upgrade these cards. So what did Foot Sheriff say about this? He said, Footballers, daily SBCs and objectives, each will be key to unlock higher versions being the key word there, complete with creative upgrades, new traits, stat boosts, and skill moves. Basically, you complete the SBC and will have the opportunity to upgrade the player via play to style objective, big dub. He then says, as said, you can only unlock the higher version of the Footballers via objective if you complete the SBC. So basically from that I interpret the fact that EA are going to release like a whole bunch of different SBCs. We're going to complete the SBCs to get the initial player. You then use those players to get the upgraded versions via completing objectives. And what's important about this for me, as we look at one of the cards that's going to be coming there, is another Liverpool player, which is quite mad to be fair, isn't it? What's interesting about that for me is that I just hope that either it's a little bit of everywhere, draft, squad battles, champs, rivals, qualifications in champs, friendlies, etc., or just anywhere rather than a little bit of everywhere. But I will be so sad, genuinely, if they just shoehorn this into rivals and squad battles again. If this is like, take your Oxlade Chamberlain into squad battles or rivals for 15 games, get 30 goals, 7 assists, 3 from outside the box, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be like, it's one of those again. But if it's like, okay, you get the Oxlade Chamberlain and he's specific to foot champs. So you have to play 10 foot champs games with him. You have to score X amount of goals, get X amount of assists in foot champs. That would be a lot more appealing because then you could play every area of the game to upgrade these cards rather than being shoehorned into specific areas. But also it would just be nice if it was more creative objectives and more kind of like objectives that are just for playing the game rather than specific, hey, you have to go in, circumvent everything you can to get this done as quick as possible to get a card that just sits in your club kind of situation. So that's my opinion. The other thing that was interesting to me in the way it was spoken about from Sheriff is, or not from Sheriff, from someone, was that, or maybe even from EA, play to style objectives is I wonder if we can get, if the card we get upgrades, or we get another card like the old style, which would be sad. Now, this screenshot was sent to me from Spreadsheet FIFA, and it is a screenshot of the actual game. You can see their transfers, the triangle. So either this is a great fake, or EA accidentally released some information into the game and then removed it. And if they accidentally released some information and then removed it, this is really sad, because it means that 88 Diaz is the end Diaz. He's got good pace and dribbling, average physicals, passing and shooting, and he's like one of the best ones there. When you look at that Patrick Bamford as well, it's like good pace and then 99 dribbling. And that's one of the other things that I saw from, maybe it was FIFA Trading Romania. I can't remember who it was, but somebody had said that this is also going to be like the Numbers Up promo, where one stat goes to a 99. And that would be kind of concluded by what we see with Bamford. But I wonder if it's potentially a choice of which way you go. So maybe like there's an objective and at the end there's a player pick. So you could take a Bamford that's 5-star, 5-star with 90 dribbling, or a Bamford that's like 4-star, 4-star with 99 dribbling. But it is interesting to see him there with 99 dribbling. Or is it the case that because they showed us the dribbling stat from Diaz from 88 to 99, and then when you look at all of these four specifically, they all have extremely high dribbling, is it going to be the fact that the dribbling stat, or at least for these guys, is the one? So does this 86 Oxlade-Chamberlain come in with 85 pace, 83 shot, 84 passing, 83 physical, 76 defending? Maybe he upgrades to an 88 or an 89 and gets a really healthy boost on those, and then also gets 99 dribbling with some extra traits and skill moves. It's really like genuinely intriguing as to what EA are doing with this, because this could be one of those cult classics that we look back on in a few years and think, man, this was like the start of something good. And when talking about Foot Birthday, I actually tweeted about it the other day, twitter.com/NepentheZ, by the way. Foot Birthday's first inclusion, and probably even second inclusion in FIFA 18 and FIFA 19, I remember fondly, because it was the first time we had realistically got a promo where we got players out of position with skill move and weak foot upgrades that were not meta cards, but pop culture cards. You know, we got the Gervinhos and the Gareth Bales and just all of the fan favorites from Ultimate Team throughout the years. We got them. You know, Ogbonna, I think Doumbia got one. And then after that, you know, now we look at FIFA 23. We've had about 4 promos where the promo is about taking a player, putting him in a completely different position. We've had out of position, winter wildcards, maybe just those two. But also EA are just like more open to moving players' positions, skill moves, and weak foots now, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. It is a natural progression because Foot Birthday was such a hit. But I wonder if this promo could just be another one of those situations where it's like, wow, this one has like changed the game. Because obviously what we see here as well is 2 Liverpool players, a Spurs player and a Leeds player. It's all Premier League, right? Now, if there are lots of cards here, and that's what I would like personally, I'd be amazed. I think everyone would enjoy it as well, to a degree. I think it could get overwhelming if there was like hundreds of them. But I'd imagine I get like 4 or 5 Arsenal cards that just haven't got special upgrades this year. Imagine we get like a Granit Xhaka, a Thomas Partey, and Aaron Ramsdale boosted. I know we've already got some special cards like the Enquiries, Future Stars and such, but getting some more special cards for Arsenal upgraded and whatever team you support, could you imagine if they put 3 or 4 or 5 of your favourite players in there? Because I promise you, as much as I don't play FIFA much these days other than to make content, it's because I don't enjoy playing the game as a like fan of the game, right? Even when I used to not make videos, I used to be on the game all the time, playing the game, trading, bronze pack methods, grinding out rivals, trying to get better at the game, just playing to enjoy it, right? And I don't do that anymore because the enjoyment for me comes from like grinding, and it's too easy to grind these days. And that's not even a bad thing either. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time to put on the game, so for them to be able to play with a fair competitive team, perfect, right? However, if I had a whole bunch of upgradable, competitive Arsenal players, I would just play Foot Champs every weekend with them. I would probably play some rivals on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights just to get some wins in, to get some rewards on the Thursday. But the rewards, and this is where I think EA could do well with a situation like footballers, is what I think EA need to do and what I think they want to do is make rewards irrelevant. I want to play FUT Champs on the weekend because, yeah, okay, I get some packs and some coins for when another SBC comes out, or I can pack something. But I don't want to get the rewards because I need the coins to upgrade my team or to get the next player. I want to just continue playing with the Arsenal team and then upgrade that Arsenal team. So from what we've seen, obviously these leaks are here. From what we've seen from otherwise, guys, we've got an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that is coming as confirmed by this one right here. And, you know, these dynamic images are quite interesting. We're also going to get a Junior Firpo, so that's another Leeds player. That's now 2 Leeds players and 2 Liverpool players. We are also going to be getting an Aidan McGeady from Hibernian. Man, he was a cult hero back in the day, wasn't he? The McGeady spin. It's not named the McGeady spin in the game, but it is the McGeady spin. We have got Kulusevski that we've already seen. We have got Danjuma, another Spurs player. So based on what we see here, it kind of makes sense. 2 Liverpool players, 2 Leeds players, 2 Spurs players. First of all, why 2 from each club, which is interesting. Second of all, the fact that it's all Premier League actually excites me a lot. Not because I think, oh God, here we go, another Premier League promo, because I think that might mean that we get lots from the Premier League, lots from the French League, lots from the Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga, and then maybe some from the Portuguese League, from the Eredivisie, from the Scottish League, as we've seen, maybe from the Australian League, from all of like the kind of like next tier divisions. It's potential that we'll get 2 players from each club from there as well. And then last but not least, we have got a Mason Mount coming. So that's another Premier League player, which means I also anticipate we'll be getting another Chelsea player. So straight away today, I don't know when these are going to come or how these are going to come, but straight away today, we are going to be getting loads from this Footballers promo. Let me just have a look to see real quick, guys, what Sheriff has tweeted in any recent time that I've been making this video. Nothing to do with Footballers. So I'm interested in this promo, guys. I really am. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how you upgrade these cards. I'm also quite intrigued to see how much EA attempt to charge for the SBC versions of these cards, because if they release, like, let's say they did 1 for every Premier League club. Let's say they released 20 SBCs today, 1 player from each club, and then you use that player to unlock the other player. Or let's say they even released 40 SBCs today, 2 from each club, 2 from each Premier League club, right? How are we going to pay for that? How are we going to get the fodder for that? That's going to be important. And, you know, if they release, like, you know, if that Oxlade-Chamberlain is the first one, an 86 Ox, if that's coming in like 300k or something, all of a sudden people are just going to be like, do you know what? This is an L. So I genuinely think EA have got a great chance here to turn Footballers into a promo that we look back on over the next few years as, man, that promo changed something in the game. But if this is just EA's traditional, typical, okay, here's an SBC, use that to get an upgraded card, everyone will get a 99 rated stat, nothing else changes, it's going to be a bit of an L promo. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. We'll find out at 6 p.m. But that is going to be the end of the video for now. If you did enjoy, be sure to like, rate, and comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.